In this episode, we build a $985 Mini-ITX gaming system in a CoolerMaster Elite 110. Stay tuned. I've always been a huge fan of the Mini-ITX form factor. It's got room for everything you need and no space for anything you don't. While many Mini-ITX cases tend to stretch the definition of mini, the CoolerMaster Elite 110 keeps things compact. We just recently did another build in a CoolerMaster MasterBox 5 and found that chassis very easy to work with. How did building inside the compact Elite 110 compare to its larger cousin? This is my first build inside a CoolerMaster Micro ITX case, and the process went smoothly. I have a lot of experience with Mini-ITX builds. Knowing what order parts should go into your chassis will help a lot with headaches. I researched the Elite 110 before getting started with the build, and I ran into no issues. We started the build with an ASUS Z270I Strix Gaming ITX motherboard. Don't let this little board fool you, it's a beast. The standout feature is the dual M.2 PCI-X 4 slots, one on the back side and another stacked on top of the PCH with a dual layer heatsink. It's got Aura RGB lighting along the front edge and a single 50/50 header for attaching another LED strip. We've got an 8GB kit of Corsair Vengeance LPX DDR4 2133 memory on board. Corsair's LPX DIMMs are great for compact Mini-ITX builds because of their low-profile heatsinks. They're a favorite of mine in any small form factor PC. We use an Intel i5 6600K for this build. Probably overkill for a Mini-ITX gaming rig, especially with the stock cooler and limited airflow. We won't be overclocking it at all. This case will support a 120mm AIO as long as you have a short power supply. The EVGA 450 we picked for this build probably wasn't the best choice. A modular supply would have greatly cut down on the amount of cables we had to manage and improved overall airflow. But the only modular PSU I had on hand was a Supernova 750, and the length of which would have prevented the installation of an AIO. Not that that matters, as I skipped the AIO anyway. It could have worked out, but I also didn't have any need for 750 watts of power in this system. Our graphics card is an EVGA GeForce GTX1060 6GB gaming. Its single fan design made it an ideal choice for this compact enclosure. However, during benchmarking we did see temperatures of 82 degrees, which is a little warm, but everything ran fast and stable. Despite the dual M.2 support, we went with our trusty 850 EVO SSD for storage. It's got 250GB of space and plenty of speed for this system. The Elite 110 has a top bracket that allows a pair of 2.5-inch SSDs to be mounted above the power supply. It's a great location and really helps with cable management. If you skip the discrete GPU, there's also a space to mount two additional drives, 2.5 or 3.5-inch, on the side of the case, making for a total of 4 drive bays. Very handy if you want to use this chassis to build an HTPC or some type of media server. I didn't spend too much time on cable management. This rig is being pulled apart right after the video, but you can see that the non-modular power supply has left a pile of cables and no good place to store all the excess. Best thing to do is bundle them up tightly and tuck them above the fan the best you can. This is why I love modular PSUs. With only time for a short test run, we fired up Unigine Valley and ran this Mini-ITX system through its paces. As you can imagine, the GTX1060 absolutely spanked the GTX1070 we used in our ATX Strix build a couple of weeks ago. This ITX system put up a score right around 2400, but as I mentioned, it did get a bit warm, topping it at 82 degrees. But airflow in this case is not the best, and in all honesty, the Elite 110 isn't designed for high-performance gaming applications. It just doesn't have the space for good airflow. Unfortunately, I didn't have any more time to run further benchmarks, but there's not a game on the market this system can't handle, and it'll run most of them on high detail. Using PC Part Picker, the best price I found for this system is $985. For that price, you're getting a lot of gaming performance in a very small package. With the addition of an AIO cooler, a modular power supply, and a more efficient intake fan, you can probably push performance even further. We ran all of the hardware in this system at stock speeds. This build has certainly rekindled my passion for Mini-ITX systems. It's not going to be fun having to take it apart. Who knows though, maybe I can pull together the parts to try out a Ryzen Mini-ITX build. I did just get my hands on a Ryzen 7 1700X, and I'm itching to put it into a build. It's an 8-core 16-thread monster and I'm looking forward to playing with it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that video. In the meantime, that's going to do it for this quick build review. What do you think about Mini-ITX builds and the CoolerMaster Elite 110 in particular? Drop a comment down below and share your thoughts, or hit me up over on Twitter, I'm at Steve Sansford, and let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit that like button before you leave, it really does help me out a lot. I'll see you guys right back here in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.